have been wanting one of these for the longest time. I've been getting really tired of my eggs slipping all over the place around the plate, so I decided to take this board that I had left over from my husband's present to make an egg tray. First, I sent it to the planer to get it parallel on two faces, and then I had to go through and fill up any cracks or holes with CA glue and epoxy. These silicone cupcake liners are awesome for epoxy. I also got some silicone stir sticks from Amazon and they work great. Everything just peels right off of them. And you'll see here, I wanted to mix the epoxy and then let it sit for about a minute, minute and a half to let it thicken up a little bit so it didn't go all the way through the board, through the cracks. But it was 110 degrees outside, and when I came back, it was a solid puck. Don't do epoxy at 110 degrees. It should be about 75, but I wasn't too worried since it was only just a tiny bit of epoxy. I still didn't expect it to harden up that fast. I'm going to be working on a series of different projects and gifts that could be made for that special gal in your life, things that us girls might like to have. Hopefully it'll make those special days a little bit easier for some of you guys looking for gifts for that special gal. Filling in a couple extra holes that are still left over, and I thought I could start out with 120 grit and figured I just wanted to do 120 grit and I would just wait it out, but it was too stinking hot. It was almost 115 and I gave up and I put the 80 grit on, and then when I was done I went back over with the 120 grit. Cutting off the very end of the board to true it up so it has a nice even end right there. Get off that extra paint and braggy part. Now I used easel in order to make the cutout on the CNC for the board. I used multiple egg-shaped pieces, about 10 or more, and I layered them each about 1/10 of an inch smaller than the other and 0.05 inches, I believe, in depth different from each other. I'll work on getting a copy of this and link it below, so if you want to make your own board, you can have a copy. I copy and pasted 2 of these over to the correct size board that I was using, and then I went to the duplicate app in easel, and I had that duplicate that a 1/2 inch apart 6 times, so there were 6 different rows across the board. Overall, it took the CNC about 35 minutes to cut each of the egg shapes in the entire board. Only for you do I make this kind of mess. When I do this on my own, I use the dust boot so I don't have such a mess to clean up. But I love you guys enough to make a mess so you guys can see what's going on. I went over to the router with my 45-degree chamfer bit to make the edges all purty. Now, because I didn't have a lot of steps to make this nice and smooth when it came out, and I might edit the file if I have time to make it a little bit more smooth, I used a card scraper to get into each of the divots to scrape out some of those lines to make it more smooth. I only did 2 of them, and I will go back and do more later. Like I said, it was 115 out there, so I really didn't want to stay out there too long. I'll bring it inside and make a mess inside. But if you like all the little step downs, you can just leave it like that. Well, I hope you like this project. It came out wonderful. I really love it. My daughter loves it because she loves deviled eggs as well. And now we finally have a place to put our eggs and they're not slipping and sliding all over the plate.